They don't want you to know this. The hidden stories buried in America's past will leave you questioning everything. From secret cities to bizarre government experiments, these aren't just rumors, they're real, and they're about to blow your mind. America's history is full of big moments we all know about. The moon landing, the Declaration of Independence, burgers and fries, you get it. But underneath all of that, there are secrets, wild, mind-bending, how is this not a movie type secrets that barely anyone talks about. Today we're digging deep into America's vault of hidden mysteries to reveal 3 of the craziest ones. Buckle up because this ride is about to get weird. Here's the thing, history books only tell you half the story. You think you know America's past, but there are whole chapters that are completely missing. And I'm not talking about small footnotes, I'm talking about entire cover-ups, secret operations, and forgotten places that, if exposed, could rewrite the way we see the country. So, why aren't these stories front and center? Maybe it's because they're too bizarre. Maybe it's because they're too dangerous to tell. Or maybe it's because no one's dared to look close enough. Until now. Secret number 1. The lost city beneath Kansas. Yep, you heard that right. Under the flat plains of Kansas lies a hidden underground city. Back in the late 1800s, settlers discovered a massive network of tunnels, caves, and chambers beneath Ellenwood, Kansas. The tunnels weren't just some random holes in the ground. These were meticulously built with interconnected pathways, storage areas, and even rooms that could have served as meeting spaces. Some historians believe they were used for practical purposes, like hiding valuables or creating secret escape routes during dangerous times. But here's where it gets mysterious. No one knows exactly who built them or why. Some say they were created by Native American tribes long before settlers arrived, while others believe early settlers dug them to protect themselves from potential threats. What's more, many of these tunnels are now sealed off, with rumors swirling about what might be hidden behind those walls. Could there be artifacts, treasure, or even evidence of something bigger? It's like Kansas has its very own version of a lost civilization right under the cornfields. And if that's not intriguing enough, some locals have reported strange occurrences near the tunnels. Weird noises, sudden drops in temperature, and unexplained lights. It's almost as if the tunnels are alive with secrets. But unless more excavation is done, we may never know the full story of this underground enigma. Secret number 2, the fake town that saved the West Coast. During World War II, America pulled off one of the craziest stunts you've probably never heard of, creating an entire fake town on top of a real airplane factory. Here's how it went down. The Boeing plant in Seattle was a critical hub for building military planes, which made it a prime target for enemy bombers. To protect it, the US military decided to disguise the factory as a quiet suburban neighborhood. We're talking streets, houses, cars, and even fake people, all made to look totally convincing from the air. The roofs of the factory were covered with a camouflage net, and on top of that, they added lightweight structures designed to look like homes. The streets were painted on, and the people were wooden cutouts placed strategically to give the illusion of life. But here's the kicker. This wasn't just some slapdash project. They brought in Hollywood set designers to make it as realistic as possible. Yes, Hollywood, the same folks who created movie magic, were now helping the military fool enemy pilots. And it worked. The factory never got bombed, and the West Coast remained safe. The fake town is long gone now, but photos and blueprints of it still exist, offering a glimpse into this ingenious bit of wartime deception. Just imagine driving past a neighborhood and realizing it's not real. It's like something straight out of a spy thriller. Secret number 3, Operation Midnight Climax. Yes, that's its real name. This one's so wild, it's hard to believe it actually happened. In the 1950s and 60s, the CIA launched a top-secret program known as Operation Midnight Climax. The goal? To test mind control techniques on unsuspecting individuals. And how did they go about this? By setting up fake brothels in San Francisco and luring in unwitting participants. Here's how it worked. The CIA would rent out apartments and transform them into convincing brothels. They'd then recruit sex workers to bring clients to these locations, where the unsuspecting men were secretly dosed with LSD. Behind two-way mirrors, CIA agents would sit and watch, taking notes on how the drugs affected their behavior. It sounds like a bad science fiction plot, but it was very real and very disturbing. The agents were looking to see if they could control people's thoughts or manipulate their actions under the influence of psychedelics. They wanted to know if drugs like LSD could be used as weapons in psychological warfare. The ethical violations are staggering, and many of the details surrounding the program remain classified or were conveniently lost over the years. What we do know is that Operation Midnight Climax was part of a larger program called MK-Ultra, which involved even more horrifying experiments. It's a dark chapter in American history that raises some serious questions about the limits of government power and the lengths they're willing to go to in the name of national security. Well, let's just say they've done some pretty shady stuff. But beyond all that, we've learned that history isn't just what's written in textbooks. It's messy, weird, and full of surprises. And if you're willing to dig a little deeper, who knows what you'll uncover. Want more hidden stories? Hit subscribe or check out this next video. It's even crazier.